All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our morning note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to join me. Let's go ahead and talk market, shall we? Before we begin, make sure to click the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, turn on notifications, subscribe to our channel, like our videos. Really do appreciate it as always. Helps the channel grow. Let's go ahead and get started with the market day. Dow futures down 106 points, down 0.32%. NASDAQ catching a bid here, up 0.27%. S&P futures down 0.21% at 39.21. Russell 2000 futures are lagging behind, down 0.86% at 22.41. Bitcoin futures stabilizing after hitting 53,000 overnight at 0.68% to the downside. Crude futures now below $60 a barrel, $59.11, down 4%. Gold futures basically flat, 17.37. Silver futures 25.74, down 0.11%. Let's take a look at copper. Copper down 1.16%, $4.09. Euro dollar is down 42 pips at 118.91. And dollar yen 108.54, down 27 pips for my Forex people. Dollar index is up 0.37% currently, and the VIX is bouncing 3.81% currently at 1960, which is still below 20. So pretty good stuff, pretty good stuff. And also, happy anniversary. Today is the bottom of the bear market, March 23rd, 2020. Let's take a look at it together. Just want to go ahead and give you guys some perspective. Let's look at the daily chart. Literally the bottom. This is the bottom. So we go to SPX. 2191.86 was the bottom on this day last year, March 23rd. We are now at 3940.59 for a gain of 79.82% since last year's bottom. So if you bought stocks at 2191, we did not. We bought at 2300. You'd be up 79%. Not bad at all. So that's again, happy anniversary to everybody. So that's more of a reiteration and a reminder that falls do happen. You get drawdowns, of course, but nothing lasts forever, obviously. And if you want to take a look, last year we did a video on the COVID market and how everything was hitting limit down and everything. It was an investment seminar. It's on YouTube. Again, it's from last year. Take a look at it. And we talk about how the world's not going to end. Things bounce in the future. Things will get better. And it did. It took a little bit of time, but we got there. We got there. Again, look at the S&P right here. You could see, ups and downs, ups and downs. I mean, if you could just handle these drawdowns. Look at September, a drawdown. You had October, a drawdown. You had October, a drawdown. You had a couple of drawdowns in January. And of course, in February and March has been slowly, steadily to the upside. A little bit of a drop in March. But you see, if you see this whole thing as a perspective, I mean, as long as you have patience on your side, then you should be okay for the most part. But a lot of people don't have that. And that's something everyone's working on. But as an investor, again, you know me, long-term is the way to go. It's the way to go. So I'm glad that we got out of that, and that's basically over with, thankfully. Those kind of opportunities don't occur every year or every so often. We usually get a big bear market fall every 9 to 10 years. So there's one of them. So we should be able to, we are now probably in the new bull market second year since that was the bottom. And I went ahead and posted some information on it on Instagram regarding year 2 of a bull market. And since World War II, there have been 8 30% pullbacks like we had last year. Bear markets are over 20% drop. We had a bounce of 76% off the lows in March 2020. 8 out of 8 times the next year has been double-digit growth for the S&P. Year 2, same 8 out of 8 growth. Average return of 16.9% returns. Again, the challenge is the drawdowns. A lot of people are like, oh, is it going to happen again? Yields. Pick your reason. Some reason will pull down the market. And again, the idea is to have a long-term perspective and you'll be fine. But again, feel free to look at that post on Instagram. We talk about that a little bit there. All right, let's talk about the markets here. Let's take a look at pre-market movers. Let's take a look at the Dow, what's moving. Apple's pretty flat here, down 0.11%. Microsoft in talks to buy Discord. Discord is a messaging service that we use. So Microsoft buying wouldn't be a bad idea. Microsoft is great. I own the company, obviously the shares. Intel's up 0.56%. Boeing's down 0.62%. Chevron is down 1.71%. Obviously, with crude falling 4%. J.P. Morgan, again, getting a rotation out of the value names. Again, banks, industrials, energy are coming back down. Looks like tech is getting some love again after being beaten down so much. Visa's up 0.24%. In the S&P, American Airlines down 1.89%, Carnival down 1.56%, Exxon down 2.25%, General Motors down 0.71%, Ford down nearly 1%. In the NASDAQ, Tesla up 1%, 1.12%, Facebook flat, Texas Instruments up 1.61%, Baidu down 2.68%, and that's where we are this morning on pre-market. So looking at the futures here, and I'll answer some questions. Futures right here, S&P futures, you can see we're down about a quarter point. For the most part, it seems that we did break that 100-day moving average. Is now below the 200-day. I would like to see that 100-day cross above a little higher. In order to get there, we need to get above 39.53. So I wouldn't be getting long on the S&P futures as of yet. I would wait for 39.53 to break to do so. The NASDAQ looks a little better. 13,357 is my next level to break. If we do break that, then I would go long on the S&P futures right there. Blink reports on Thursday, so I'm watching that for possible run up into the market. I was looking at possibly making a trade at 41.69, but it rejected. The 42s had some nice volume. Well, let's see if we get a bounce back. Looking at DraftKings as well, there was a nice note from Goldman Sachs about them and Penn price upgrade. So again, we were at the lows here around $70 pre-market, $70.80. It bounced up. Yesterday morning we had a rise to 74.35 and then a flush. And again, DraftKings, I do have shares in it, and you can see that again, a little bit of a push up with that. Oh, now it's green pre-market with that Goldman note. So again, they are bullish sports betting. We've been bullish sports betting. We own Penn. We own DraftKings. Nothing has changed. All right, so let's go ahead and answer some questions here. And after that, I have to get with the YouTube Premium guys because we do our weekly live trading session together. So with that being said, let me wipe my glasses and rock and roll. Good morning. Thoughts on our gold calls? Let's take a look at GLD. Yeah, GLD seems to be holding up. That 100-day moving average seems to be holding up. Again, GLD is not a big mover. So again, it's going to take some time. We caught the same trade last week, and we caught that on a Thursday. So it's going to take some time. I'm long MJ, short LBJ because of ACL. Thoughts? I have no idea what LBJ is or ACL is. Do you mean ACB in regards to the cannabis companies? The only one I own is THCX and well, also Planet 13. Thoughts on TCAT? I don't know what TCAT is at all, so I really can't give you information on it because I have no idea what it is. AMD, I do know that name. AMD has been a tough one to trade, but I own shares. And again, the thing that's having issues with AMD and the chip makers is that lack of supply. So again, the demand's there, but they just don't have enough to supply the market, especially automakers. So again, you can see AMD pretty much sideways action. Not much to do there until it breaks 84.81. That's where I'm at. In order to buy more shares, I'm buying at 73.69. Good morning. Yeah, you got very close to calling the bottom of S&P. I remember last year your leadership helped with some of my fears. Hey, no sweat, Jimmy. Pretty close. 2,300 was my level. And I mean, hey, 200 points between friends, right? Or about 100 points. But yeah, I mean, it took some time. I know a lot of people were kind of like, are you crazy buying stocks here? But again, you have to have a long-term perspective. Netflix levels to watch. Let's take a look at Netflix. Netflix is a very tough one to trade. Netflix is definitely on the move. There's a gap up here, probably some news I haven't seen yet. There was some news with Roku that I just saw on Twitter. I'll go ahead and read you that. Where is that Roku news? I'll read it to you right now. Roku announced the launch of an advertising brand studio to produce new creative and ad formats and TV program tailored to marketers. So maybe that's what the boost is. So let's take a look at Netflix. Netflix, really the break level is 531. If we do break that 531.62, you can start taking a look at some longer term expiries, so around 550. But until then, I would not do anything here on Netflix. Roku should be moving up. It is. But again, still need above 369, 370 to start doing any kind of movement on Roku. You could see that resistance there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 top. There you go. Quad top if you want to call it that. Let's see. Starbucks 110 calls for 521. Again, I can't see the volume pre-market, But the 110s don't look terrible. It's right now sitting at the 200 day. Let's see if you can get back above the 100 day at 108.71. TCAT is going crazy. I still don't know what TCAT is. Thoughts on Apple and their upcoming event? Their event is really basic on based on the iPad. So iPad is not really a big mover. The big mover is really the phones. So I really wouldn't put much weight into Apple onto that. Lululemon levels to watch for a day trade. Lulu again, another quad top here, and you could see it. It's right here. So it does need to break 315. Seems to be that ceiling, that resistance there. If it breaks that, then you can probably start targeting the 320s. LeBron James, geez, you're a Laker fan and don't even keep up with them. Who? I love LeBron. Does Wright still have more steam? Yeah, again, it's all on crypto. So yeah, of course, if you're bullish crypto, then Wright are going to be fine. UAL on those UOAs. Yeah, UAL is a long-term play. Let me see if I can bring it up here. UAL, I have the UAL 70 calls for April 1. So again, really the 200-day moving average is your last line of defense here. There is a gap to fill. More likely it might fill it. If it does and it bounces back, fine. But we need to start getting that move here because it's for next week for that UOA. So again, nice fall here, obviously from the rotation out of industrials and the value names. Morning calls, thoughts on Tesla consolidating, break upward. Tesla with that price increase from Cathie Wood at ARK. But again, see, rejected that 600-700 level. I'm glad we didn't chase that thing. Right now, sitting on the 100, I would not touch this thing until it gets to 722 for calls. Right now, I would not touch it. You're just going to get chopped up. Levels on Disney for calls. Yeah, I did a note on Disney for our members. I'll go ahead and read it to you. Let's see. I have to look at the watch list and charts. So Disney, what I'm looking for Disney is that it has a tough level to break right at 200. Again, it seemed that rejection. Above major moving averages, as we saw, it was this morning, yesterday morning, or on Sunday. But let's see, downside of break below that 50-day moving average, which is here. But again, it needs to. I'm actually reading it. Downside to break the 50 DMA to 184. And break above 202 would be a shot above the channel. So we do have a channel on Disney. Let's take a look at the daily. And you could see the nice channel that we have. It did bounce back off that channel here. Let me go ahead and zoom out. You could see this channel here, and it's kind of been staying put within there. The target, upside target would be 210. Downside target would be 182. So looking at the hourly on Disney, you can see we're right on that trend there. So it's really no man's land. I wouldn't touch anything until you start getting into 189. Snapchat. I think Snapchat was downgraded and with Pinterest the other day. And nothing really there for the most part. I mean, there's some downside movement. But again, you can start looking at here this downward trend. But again, it's bouncing slightly from yesterday. So really nothing to play there on Snapchat. Costco, bad, but Costco is horrific for options. Never trade Costco. It just doesn't work. I've done it before. Very rarely does it work. It is breaking out of this channel, but it's a slow mover, so I would skip it. Alibaba, I own that stock, but again, it's pretty much not moving anywhere. It needs to break above 241.83 or around 242 before you do anything on there. GLD we just spoke about. Again, GLD is a slow mover. Not much going on here. Still needs to break 164. We just took about, if you mean Tesla or STLA, I don't know. EV manufacturer in Europe, STLA. Never heard of it, but it is a gap down, so I don't know much about this. And if I haven't heard much about it, it probably doesn't trade much in options. Microsoft, again, the talk regarding Discord. Microsoft with calls can't do anything until we get above 240. There's really nothing there yet, unless I see some volume there, but there's really nothing going on. We're responding to a member here. Okay, so thoughts on DXY is at the bottom. Let's take a look at the Dixie, which is a dollar index, and then we'll wrap it up here. I don't think at a bottom, but I can go and bring up daily. Looks like the bottom was at 89.20, and it looks like it wants to test the 200-day moving average on the daily chart, but until then, it may go up there. There were some talks from Fed member Harkin, I believe, saying that in 2022 rates may be increased. So something to look for. We have a lot of Fed speaks this week. PLTR calls. PLTR, there's nothing there until 28. Football, nothing there until 34.77. Looking at QQQ, interesting. We caught QQQ yesterday. Qs, let's see if we break above 321.49 possibly, and see if we can get a continuation maybe to 324. And FB we played yesterday, which was very nice. But again, that 300 level, man, it's been difficult to break. It's just like Disney in the 200, but FB just could not break 300. Luckily, we took that trade before that, and we got out perfectly. So we'll go ahead and leave it there, guys. YouTube Premium members, we'll go ahead and meet up with you here in about 10 minutes, and we'll get started on our hourly video, live trading. And if you're interested in joining the YouTube Premium, email us, garcapital@gmail.com. We'll send you over the link so you can sign up. So we'll leave it there, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for joining me. We have two new videos up on YouTube explaining our services and in the masterclass. So take a look at that, see if you like it, and let us know. Have a good one, guys. We'll talk to you soon.